everybody. Welcome to episode 43 of the Yinzhers podcast. I'm Jordan here with Morgan and Sam. If you don't know us already, let's do a quick check-in because we were already talking. Obviously, we talk before the episodes. We talk after the episodes. We're always talking about random shit. Sam, how's your week going so far?
You know what? It's great now. It's just fucking great now.
Now that she's with us, everything is better.
Of course.
Yes.
Isn't that how it always goes?
Yes. Yeah. Morgan, how's your week?
Pretty good. I'm more concerned. Listen, I left my job last week, like my last day at my job. I can say it now. I worked at Southwest Airlines. I trained pilots at Southwest Airlines. And my last day was last Thursday. So right now I am in that like beautiful in between. Like I haven't started my new job yet and I don't work at my old job yet. So like I've been doing nothing. Life is wonderful. I just got this brand new computer today. So yeah, that's why I look hideous on this brand new high definition camera. I'm freaking out. But Jordan, I am more concerned about your week because the Pens, hello.
You know, I was in a bit of a depressive state yesterday. Sunday night was not fun for me. It was a series that could have gone either way. And my heart is a little bit broken because it was probably more than likely the last time we would see Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin and Chris Letang all playing on the same team. Miracles happen, as the Princess
particularly
Diaries
on
once taught
ice.
me. Exactly. Yes. But so it's been another heartbreaking first round of the playoffs for the Penguins, but you know what? It's okay because guess
You're from
what?
Pittsburgh. You're used to it.
Exactly. There's so much disappointment sprinkled in throughout the winning because we've done a lot of winning. And that's fine. And there were so many other things that were going on this week. So I was a little bit distracted a lot by things that were going on Twitter because apparently Sir Antonio Brown, tweeted that he wants to retire as a Steeler. So there's a lot to unpack here. So let's start with, first of all, Antonio Brown wants to retire. Who was he playing for?
Right.
What?
Aren't you already retired? Didn't you retire shirtless in Tampa Bay?
You literally did.
Retirement?
With jumping jacks included.
Yeah, running off the sideline. I thought that was his grand finale.
Yeah.
But apparently he has other plans, and he would like that to include retiring as a Steeler. So, okay, Morgan, what do you even think that means? Like, does he want to just sign a one-day deal to retire as a Steeler? Does he want to come back and play for the team? Like, what does he mean by that? Because he's so fucking cryptic all the time. What?
Listen, I am one of the few who still, like last year, if AB had wanted to come back and play with Ben his last year, I would have been like, baby, come home. Like, let's go. Let's do it. I have always loved Antonio Brown. I defended Antonio Brown one too many times. I'm at the point where like our friend Vaughn always says, like, why are you talking about our abusive ex, Morgan? Like, we're not going back to the abusive ex. And she's right. So, like, would I love for AB to come play in Pittsburgh because of, like, the emotional – listen, I'm an emotional being. It tugs at my heartstrings. Like, he was never supposed to leave Pittsburgh. It wasn't supposed to be this way. If I could quantum leap to another timeline, he would still be playing in Pittsburgh, and we'd have 2 Super Bowls since 2011. But – you know, that's neither here nor there. What is here and now is the fact that Antonio Brown wants to retire a Steeler, and by that he means a one-day, sign him to a contract, and then he will officially retire from playing in the NFL. That's what he means. He doesn't want to play. Is some team out there going to entertain the idea of signing Antonio Brown mid-season? Yes. yes, that will happen. And he might play football this year, especially because that whole Bruce Arians thing, like it actually did come out that Bruce Arians is kind of a piece of shit. So like people aren't questioning AB as much, but he just wants the 1-day contract. He doesn't want to play in Pittsburgh. He has no desire to play his last season of football with Kenny Pickett. So fuck it. I mean, if the Rooney family is cool with it, give him the contract. Vince Williams said AB should be able to retire as Steeler. He was the best wide receiver in the league for 4 years while he was on the Steelers. There is no debate. It is absolutely a fact. So, you know, if we can, you know, bury a little bit of a hatchet with him, I'm all for it. But I know that's not a popular opinion.
Yeah, and that's fair because there's a lot of bad blood between the organization and Antonio Brown. Sam, what are your thoughts? Do you think that he's earned the right to request such a thing?
Earned, as in respect? No. Obviously, because he completely disrespected the team, the organization, from top to bottom when he left. He also kind of created this loophole in the NFL that you could act absolutely insane and get off a team, as he continued to demonstrate. But earned in the fact that he was like, and could have been the greatest wide receiver of all time if he would have stayed on the Steelers and or just stayed consistently on one team, probably. I think he did earn it in that fact. I actually think seeing him act so crazy on every other team since then, I don't feel like so like passionately, like, I don't know, like I don't hate him as much, right? Like I'm like, okay, whatever.
Right.
You're just crazy. Like, okay.
It wasn't personal. Like,
It wasn't.
Like just for you. It really wasn't us. It's,
like the heartbreak that I felt when you left just kind of dissipated because you treated all your exes like shit after the Steelers. Yeah. So why not? Like at this point, what do we have to lose? If he wants to come back and he wants to retire for as a Steeler, then okay. All right. Because he followed that tweet up with, I want to make it clear. I don't want to play. I just want to retire. Like, so.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's out here dating Keisha Cole or publicly rejecting Keisha Cole. I don't know if you guys saw that, but he literally got on Instagram Live and said, nobody want you, Keisha. So, dude's wildin'. But like,
I mean, he went on a
He's always wildin'. He's never not wildin'. Like he's always out of his fucking mind. But
that should be his next song. Never not wildin'.
Like he went from being the best receiver in the league to going to, was it fucking Oakland then? Were they in Las Vegas yet?
Yeah, he was supposed to go to the Bills though. And
that's right, but then he turned it down. It was just his whole timeline in the NFL has been a disaster because he's a disaster.
Right.
But what that whole mess cannot erase is his impact on the Steelers and what he did and was able to accomplish when he was with the Steelers. He was never as good as when he was with the Steelers.
Right.
So I had his jersey. My dad was an anti-hoarder. I'm pretty sure he threw it out after he got traded. So it's gone. It's not anywhere anymore. But like he was something else when he was a part of this team. And like, I don't know.
I still have his jersey. I can't bring myself to get rid of it.
Too.
And I don't know why. Because like most players, I'm like, he's off the team. I don't really care. Honestly, whatever. But
listen,
I'm like,
same.
I just can't get rid of it because he was my favorite wide receiver of all time. Like I just
so
can't get rid of it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay,
that's
so
where
let's
I'm at.
Quick sidebar. So let's do some like rapid fire top few Antonio Brown moments from when he was with the Steelers. So take a second, think about it, and then we will go.
I know my number. I know my number one.
I know my number one. The helmet grab against the Tennessee Titans.
Ooh, good one.
Amazing. It was
the kick.
Unbelievable. Like his awareness when he was in the end zone to get his feet planted and also keep the ball, keep control of it. What the hell? That was insane.
He's just such an anomaly. Like everything about how he plays the game, his size, but he's so physical and he's got this crazy awareness of his body and he's so elusive, but he's part of it, honestly, why he was so prolific as a receiver is because he's a little bit insane. And by a little bit, I mean a fucking ton. He's nuts. He is absolutely out of his goddamn mind. But that's what made him so great.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be a little bit nuts to do the shit that Antonio Brown did on the field. I'm not talking about off the field. Obviously, you have to be a raging lunatic to do the stuff he did off the field. But, like, you have to be just a little bit crazy to do the stuff he did on the field. You look at the best receivers of all time. They're all a little bit crazy. Like, that's why I'm so excited about George Pickens. I'm not going to lie.
That draft video still gets me hyped.
Right?
Oh my gosh, so funny.
Yeah.
I think like when you think back and you're like, you see that image in your head of Antonio Brown like leaping / sort of kicking the Browns punter.
That was my number one.
Like
it's my number one.
That one, and this one has, I mean, it does have to do with football, but not an actual play. The interview where Juju had knocked out Vontaze Burfict and Antonio Brown is in the background and you just hear him, karma, just like over it. Like, that's just who he was. Like, just, I don't know. Those two things just stick out. He was a lot of fun to watch.
The immaculate extension. Like, listen, we could go on and on and on and on and on about the plays that Antonio Brown made. He was special. He was special in black and gold, period. Because that's the only time he really was special. But like, and with Ben Roethlisberger. So like them together, it's just the poetic, like romantic, like hopeless romantic side of me wants him to retire a Steeler because he never should have not been a Steeler. He should have been a Steeler for life. We wanted to make him a Steeler for life. The Rooneys wanted him to be a Steeler for life. And he took that from himself. He robbed himself of that. And, you know, just give it to him. Just give him the one-day contract. Let him retire a Steeler. The dude probably will have a hard time getting into the Hall of Fame. So, like, let's just give him this. Like, let's just give him this. You know what I mean?
We have nothing to lose. The Steelers aren't gaining or losing anything. Like, if he wants to retire a Steeler, then okay, why not?
We drafted him. He played his best football in Pittsburgh. It's the end of an era for him. So if he wants to go out a certain way, shirtless in Tampa Bay or otherwise, he's free to do that.
Yeah, that was so great.
But seriously, like one of the best receivers in franchise history. Like, why, regardless of all those other things aside, like he was the most talented receiver to ever play for this team. Yeah. And it because he should have always been here, it would kind of be a little bit of a travesty to have him not retire as a Steeler.
I've always, ever since he left, I've always said that I hope he retires a Steeler. I didn't think he would want to. Like, this is me shocked coming to Twitter the other day and seeing Antonio Brown say, I just want to retire a Steeler. Like, this is me being like, oh my God, my dreams are coming true. Like, I've always wanted him to retire a Steeler. I just think that that's how it's supposed to be. It always should have been that way. So, you know, if it's not going to happen the way that we wanted it to, at least it can still happen and it's not going to hurt us at all. Like what? It's going to hurt the Rooney's pride. Like, big fucking deal.
Right.
Yeah. It certainly doesn't hurt as much Well, maybe it doesn't hurt at all because PFF sucks ass. But they ranked Najee outside of the top 10 running
How?
backs in the league.
In what
First of all,
world?
how?
Like-
Please tell me which 9 running backs are better than him.
10. He was ranked 11th.
I'm
He was
actually,
ranked 11th?
I haven't seen the list, so I'm actually curious who they put ahead of him because
Get ready. I don't have the whole list, but I have a list. I have 3
Give us
who
some.
absolutely should not have been in front of Najee. Number 1,
Okay.
Josh Jacobs was in front of Najee. Listen, Josh Jacobs didn't even get his 5th-year option picked up.
What?
Right.
What?
What?
PFF hates the
Josh
Steelers. Like,
Jacobs.
this is a known fact.
Austin Eckler. Dude.
Okay. Oh my
What?
God.
Aaron Jones, who maybe the year before last, but last year? What?
No.
Here's the thing. You put Najee behind the line that we fielded every single week last year. You put him in that position. Not only does he lead the league in all-purpose yards. No, I'm sorry. He had the second most all-purpose yards, behind only Jonathan Taylor. So that speaks volumes.
Okay.
But he led the
that's
league.
less than 10.
Right.
So
Exactly. Led the league in forced missed tackles on runs and receptions. He clocked 92 forced missed tackles as a rookie. Guess who number 2 was, and guess how many they had.
oh, I'm trying to think of all the rookie running backs last year.
No, not a rookie. Out of all running backs.
Oh,
okay.
all
Not
of
a
them.
rookie.
Oh my God.
Najee led the league in forced missed tackles. He had 92.
My God, did Derrick Henry, was he second?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Are they in our division?
Nope.
No. Oh my God, who?
Jonathan Taylor. Listen. Jonathan Taylor is great. He's wonderful.
Right.
He's a great running back. Arguably the best in the league, if you ask me. But Najee beat him by double digits in forced missed tackles. 92 to 75. That is not a close second. Not a close second. And Najee's not in the top 10 with the line that you gave him? With 381 touches in the regular season and not a single fumble. Not one. Not a fumble.
Shame.
And he's not in the top 10?
Oh my God. PFF is the worst.
PFF.
They're a joke.
Blow me.
I want to know who wrote that article, or if they put that out together as like a company, because normally there's like one writer associated it, and it's usually PFF Sam, who's a fucking asshole.
It wasn't Sam. Talk about giving the name a bad look. Good
I know.
Lord, Sam.
You could hire me if you want to just piss people off all day. I'm fucking pro at it. Best in the business. Oh my God.
How do you take a guy who does like basically parkour and football at the same time and not have him at number 1 or in the top 10? Not number 1.
Yeah.
He's not the best. Top 10. Top 10. How do you not have him?
Because look at what he
Austin
accomplished
Eckler is
as a
better
rookie.
than Najee Harris?
Yes.
Exactly.
Honestly, part of
Rookie.
it, makes me think that they do this on purpose because they know the Steelers fans are going to overreact.
Yep.
Like we are always
Look at
going
what we're
to do
doing
that.
right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Any
And
press
then
is good press.
We get more clicks and more clicks and more clicks because we just tear them apart. But
Yeah.
Well, did you
other
see
than
what
that,
Najee said last week?
No.
He was being interviewed and someone asked him, because this is not the first time, like this PFF article came out recently, but it's not the first time PFF has done Najee dirty. Most recently, before this, it was something else where they had him ranked actually in the worst first round draft pick of 2021. That's what PFF said about Najee Harris prior to this list having at 11.
Okay.
11th
So
best
they're
running back in the league,
They're
right?
just a Najee
So they ranked
hater.
him
Okay.
the worst first round draft pick. And Najee was asked about that in an interview, and he came out and said that he doesn't really pay attention to that stuff. But everyone's entitled to their opinions. And his is that he hates PFF too. So I thought that was hilarious.
adore that man.
Me
I
too.
love
We
him
all
so
have something
much.
in common, Najee. We all hate PFF.
Because
Right.
PFF is butt. They
Ass.
literal ass trash. They all they care about is causing waves, creating chaos. And they do that very well. But also, fuck you. Get out of here with your chaos.
Exactly.
There's enough chaos in the world. We don't need you spewing shit forward
I
that
feel like
isn't true.
you can steer the pot and have valid points and arguments, but like at this point, it's just lazy.
Yep.
It's
so
just
lazy.
lazy.
Lazy. That's a great
Exactly
word for
right.
it, because there's no digging, there's no research, there's really no thought that's put into it. It's just meh. This is meh.
Yeah.
And like literally that sound effect is the only thing I hear when I see PFF post stuff.
Can we
Meh.
put that on a t-shirt? PFF is meh.
PFF : meh.
Meh. We should. And also they suck. Like it's just garbage. And
Yeah.
I hate even talking about them because it's not worth it, but also it just makes me so mad that I can't not talk about it because I'm so mad.
Right.
And
That's the MO. That's the culture that they've cultivated out there in Cincinnati. And this is what we do now.
Cincinnati, fucking what good comes from Ohio? Nothing.
Exactly.
Nothing.
Exactly. So, I mean, comes with the territory. Like they can't help it. They're just shitty, like by association.
From the state that, oh God, I hate it. I hate it so much.
It's all adding up now.
It does make sense.
I
doesn't
always forget that they're from Cincinnati, and then whenever I'm reminded, I'm like, oh yeah, it totally fucking checks out.
Well,
like,
that makes sense.
Yeah. I'm not even questioning it now.
Like they're just clueless in general. Like, and I feel like that's kind of the vibe of people from Cincinnati. Like they just walk around and they don't know.
On this specific running back list, like, okay, Joe Mixon, yes, I believe he is a top 10 running back in the league. So, like, you guys can be happy about that, but you don't have to be so salty that you put Najee at 11 behind Austin Eckler and Josh Jacobs. Listen.
Yeah.
God. No.
Did you see the same Najee Harris, like, beast mode that we saw this year? Or do you guys just, like, not watch games?
Pay attention.
Oh, that's
they
right.
Don't.
You don't. You don't watch games because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
They don't. Absolutely not.
Breeds ignorance. Like that's what we're getting from PFF on a consistent basis.
It's garbage. But you know what? I don't know where I was going with that, but I've exhausted myself talking shit about PFF, and now my brain is dry.
We're done for the night.
We're done. You know what? While we're riding high, let's wrap this thing up. Land the plane. Yes, it's been real. As always, seriously, thank you so much, Steeler Nation, for joining us this week.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter at Yinzhers and Instagram at Yinzhers Official.
And don't you dare forget to subscribe or, wherever you listen to a podcast, on YouTube or iTunes, Spotify, wherever the fuck you listen. So we can take it with you every single week. We'll see you next Tuesday for another episode of Yinzhers. Over and out.